Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel. Jessica,
Hi.
start us off with a story.
Yeah, I have a story I have to share with you. So, we have already posted a video and we have tried desperately to get the word out that there are some scammers out there using the BookEnds name and the names of BookEnds agents in an attempt to scam off authors. And I got a phone call yesterday, I think, from a woman who wanted to confirm that this time it was you, James. It's not just James. They are using many different BookEnds names. They seemingly haven't used mine yet, but I'm sure it's coming. That they were concerned that they were getting scammed, that that they were starting to question what was happening, that they had gotten a call from somebody claiming to be James, and that they had sent a check for $1,500 to this person to take over the marketing and sales and all of the stuff for this self-published book. Basically, they were claiming they would, I guess, republish the book or something for this $1,500. And after sending the check, the people panicked because then they started also getting these desperate checks from or texts from this person. Hey, I haven't gotten your money yet. Where's the money? I haven't gotten the money yet. So we want to talk about here how much you should pay to get your book published.
Yeah, it's super frustrating. So I think right off the bat, as clear as day, you should be paying $0.00 up front to your agent or your publishing team to publish your book.
Correct.
Up front. So you are not cutting a check. You are not mailing them. You are not wire transferring. You are not Western Unioning. You're not doing none of that. There is no reason when you are accepting a partnership with an agent or accepting a contract from a publisher that you should be paying them.
Yeah. Anybody who says to you, if you pay this amount, we will publish your book, hang up the phone.
Yes. If this is helpful to remember, money in publishing will always flow from the top publisher to the bottom author. And not, top and bottom, just meaning in terms of structure. So the top is the publisher, the bottom is you, the money will flow downwards. Your agent is usually in the middle of that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The only exception, which is not an exception, is some authors, some writers like to hire independent development editors to help them edit the book. Keep in mind, these people will never promise that they can publish your book or that they are going to publish the book. They're very clear that you are paying for editorial services only.
Yes, and we have a whole section of this video that will be about the things you can expect to pay for.
Yes.
But first, really quickly, I just want to share what you can expect to pay and how that will get paid. So there are two different ways that you can get paid in publishing. It could be that the publisher, when you accept the contract, will pay your agent. At that point, your agent will take their commission, which we'll get to, and then pay you the rest.
Yes.
Or the publisher can pay your agent directly and the publisher can pay you directly. We call that split checks. So your earnings will go to you, your agent's earnings will go directly to them, and your agent will not pay you. Right. Those are the two most common structures of payment in publishing.
But again, you're always the one getting paid.
Again, notice it's coming from the publisher and coming to you and your team. That's how it will always work. If your agent is, well, actually in general, something that you should know is that the standard commission in publishing for selling the book is 15%. That's usually what your agent will be taking. There are nuances where that might be a different number. That is for you to discuss with your agent, but most standard, most common is 15% for the book rights. And then usually 20% for anything that involves a co-agent. So film or translation that involves another agent stepping in which case that agent typically takes 10 and your agent will take 10. So your commission rate should be 15 to 20% on any contract that you sell. And it should be outlined in your agency agreement with your agent. And oftentimes it will be in your agent clause in your publishing contract too. So it is clear who is getting paid what. It shouldn't change unless it's put in writing and agreed to for any reason that might be your business.
And one thing to note that I want to stress is when you sign with an agent, if these commissions, and they should be, when these commissions are spelled out, you should still not be paying your agent for anything. Editorial work that your agent does, that kind of thing is part of the package of the commission. It should not be, okay, you pay us $2,000, we'll do the editorial work, and then when we sell the book, we'll get these commissions. No, the money does not flow to the agent.
Right. So we talked a little bit about how like if anybody says they want money to publish your book, I just want to stress that's called a vanity publisher. It is separate from traditional publishing. It's sort of like assisted self-publishing. You're working with this vanity publisher to produce the book and publish it. You're usually splitting in whatever the profits would be, hopefully, but there's probably some different models that I don't know about.
I think there are also straightforward vanity presses where you are paying the price to have a physical copy of your book produced. They will send you a box of books and that's it. It
Right.
won't get in bookstores. It won't sell. Sometimes people will do that if they have a special family story or family history that is not a big enough story for traditional publishing, but they would like to actually have a physical book to be able to share with family. Something like that might happen.
Right. Yeah, there are many different models, but they're separate from the traditional publishing ecosystem. What else? Okay, so there are some things that you can expect to pay for in your publishing journey, but they're not ever going to be, like we've stressed, your agent or your publisher up front.
Or required to get published.
Right. Yes. So some of the things that will be your responsibility to pay for are, like Jessica mentioned, editors for like freelance editors or copy editors that you're paying prior to publication.
But let's stress that's an option.
That is an
That
option.
is something that some authors like to do before querying agents, but it's not at all required. It's not at all expected. It's a lot of money and nobody says you have to do it. It's something that some choose to do.
Right. Writers organizations and memberships, like, you know, if you're a picture book author in 12 by 12, if you are Mystery Writers of America, anything like that, those are your expenses. Those are your costs to bear. Your agent often won't, your publisher often won't. So that will be on you. Any conferences that you're electing to attend, this can go two ways, right? Your publisher might choose to send you to some sort of conference like NCTE or ALA or anything like that. Sometimes they will help bear those costs. Sometimes they won't. If you're electing to go to a conference and your publisher is not helping pay, it is your responsibility to pay for that. Technology like Microsoft Office, if you're paying for Gmail, anything along those lines.
Your own website.
Your website, yeah, that's all on you. Your computer, notebooks, writing utensils, anything like that. Those are you. Yeah. That's something that you will pay for, and those are also probably your expenses. So that's something to talk to your accountant about. But those are the things that you can expect to pay for. You should not be expected to pay for publishing your actual book.
Correct.
So we just wanted to make that super.
How much you pay to get your book published?
$0. Except for all those other things that you're paying for on your own. That is considered your costs.
Yes. And I do want to finish up my story that while I was on the phone with this author, they had gotten through to the bank and the bank had put a stop payment on their check. So they were not out the $1,500. Luckily, they were quick thinking. They immediately trusted their gut on this and ran with it before anybody got the check in their hands.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Maybe they'll be able to track the check and find the.
That would be great.
But I think there's more than one scammer, unfortunately.
There are multiple, at least for who's been targeting BookEnds lately.
Yeah.
So just to stress, if you're hearing about this or you're self-publishing or you know somebody self-publishing, please let them know to beware of what's happening right now. Let them know that they should not pay up front. Share this with all of your writer friends. If you have any questions about how you get paid in publishing or the scamming or anything, put them in the comments below and we will work to get them answered. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.